Hello, my name is Charlie and ArtFight. For those who don't know what ArtFight is, it is essentially, it happens every July and you draw other people. Simply, but there's a point system, you join a team, you fight people on the other team, although you can friendly fire, and basically you draw their OCs. And it's great because you might get some art yourself and you can make other people happy by drawing their characters, and it's just like a fun game. And yeah, it's my 4th year taking part, and every year I try and, one-up myself. So, this year, I decided to make VTubers. So that includes both the art and the rig. They're not like the most complex VTubers out there. They are like chibi models, although they've got a decent amount of movement in them. But I've been enjoying making them. This is my 11th one that I made for ArtFight. Bear in mind, I've drawn others in this time that haven't been rigged yet, and I've made some for myself as well. I also did one as a commission, so I think my total's looking more like 18 VTubers this month. And I only picked up the program Live 2D at the start of the month. I've picked it up somewhat decently. I'd never drawn a model before. I'd wanted to, and a friend came to me with like an art, and they were like, "Hey, I know you want to pick up Live 2D. Do you want to, rig this model?" And admittedly, I need to go back and re-rig it because the rig I did for it is awful. But I learnt a lot, and I've been applying that to the models I've been drawing, and yeah, it's been going well. It's been nice to see everyone's positive receptions to them. As well as, experiment. I've made so many different characters. I've made a couple, I think, like half-dog characters, like human dog. I made a cat, which I've yet to rig, but I've drawn and split it apart and everything. I made, I think, a character that was half ram, I think. As well as a couple humans. I also, my friend attacked me with model art, and then I rigged my own VTuber. Though I do have my own already, but it means I now have another model, which is exciting. But yeah, you're currently watching me work on one of the models I created. Like I said, this is my 11th one. This was for an SMP character called Mars. I liked the design, I liked the skeleton hand. I'd only done like symmetrical hands so far, so I thought it'd be fun to do different hands with slightly different parts to them, just to see how that would work. This model in total, I hate to say this, but the art and the rig together took about 2.5 hours. And I don't know how I did it so quickly. I don't know if it's because I was recording, I was like locked in, like I didn't take any breaks whilst I was working on it. Whilst when I've been streaming them, they've been taking me about 3 to 4 hours, but then I go on tangents and go off more, which by the way, I stream. VTuber streams on Twitch, LGHO_. Yeah. I know I've been streaming some of the models I've been creating, but it's the 21st as I'm recording this. We got a couple more days of ArtFight, at least a week and a little bit more, and I'm scared because I have so many bookmarks and I've not got to all of them. And I'm pumping out art pretty quickly. I have not burnt out yet. And the good thing is I can't really work on art next month as much as I want to. So hopefully from having that kind of time away, it means that I won't properly burn out and I can go back into it in September. Who knows? But yeah, it's been something. As you can see, I've just got onto the rig. So just setting everything up. I don't know whether I should do like a tutorial with my very simple, very quick rig. Because, it has a lot of movement and it's very quick to make once you kind of get into the rhythm of it. But also, a lot of it was learned from watching other people's tutorials, so I wouldn't want to, like, rip them off by making my own. But there are a couple of things I've picked up that I've just kind of learned from practicing and stuff and trying them. Like I said, I've made like 18 this month already. So, I have just a little bit of experience now. There's still so much I need to learn, but I'm kind of happy where I am at the moment, making the very simple chibis for ArtFight. It's been good. ArtFight's been interesting this year. I've had quite a few attacks I'm still ahead on attacks every year. I think I've taken part. I've always done more attacks than I've got back. So, you know, it looks nice in the statistics. I like to say that I get back to every revenge. I've got a couple more that I've got to get back to, and obviously people might fight me later on in the month. But so far, I have got back to every single revenge, and I should get back to every single revenge. And I'm quite happy with myself for doing that. But yeah, I got some really cute art as well. I know there's been like a lot of drama as well involving ArtFight this year. Like I've taken part several years now, and admittedly I've never been too far into the community about fight. I only got in last year when I joined the Discord, and obviously there was stuff with management during that year, but that was as much as I saw. And then this year, like there's been like a million videos of people saying ArtFight is ruined, which at least from my experience it hasn't been. It's been rather chill, although I kind of stick to my own community. But I put a couple of things on the Discord. My favorite thing is putting I make little gifs of the VTubers to go on ArtFight, and then I've been putting them in the ArtFight Discord. And I think every single time I've done it, someone has come up to me, or like has replied being like, "Oh my gosh, you know, will you do them for anyone?" Like, blah, 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 blah. Like, people are always interested in them, which it's nice to feel wanted, you know? It's really nice. But yeah, that's been a lot of fun. And it's great because the reception I've got to them, because some of them, like I have a hit list, which by the way, if this goes out before the end of ArtFight, you know, the hit list is still open. I'll put my ArtFight in the description. You know, if you want to attack me and you want a VTuber, you know, you should check out the hit list. But some people I've attacked from the hit list, and some people I have just like attacked because I like their characters. I specifically kind of looked for people who I know would appreciate getting a VTuber who may not have the funds to do so, because like I said, these are simple rigs. I have now put them on my VGen for like 80 quid, which I think translates to about 100 USD, because I'm like, that's about what they're worth, because VTubers still are obviously a lot of care and work, and you know, especially when it comes to branding, they're, you know, quite important. But a lot of people don't have those funds, and I thought, you know, it'd be fun, seeing as ArtFight is all about giving, to make the models for people. And yeah, everyone's been receptive to them, and it's freaked out, which is my favourite part, is seeing people freak out. I'm like, hee 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 hee. Oh, my evil plan worked. It's also been great because I started VTubing back in 2021 with a free 3D model. And then I got a 2D model, which I debuted in November of 2022. So it's been almost 2 years. Ooh. But because I've been streaming, working on the regs and things, like my VTuber father, who did the rig for my model, has been in a couple of the streams. And, you know, it's been great to... Admittedly, there was one point where I was really anxious because I was messing up what I was doing, and I was like, no, he's watching me work on this, and I'm messing up. I failed as a VTuber child, but nah, it was fine. But at least like 2 other people as well have all kind of said that watching me kind of get into rigging has, you know, brought back their inspiration to rig and work on things, which is great as well. Like, not only am I making models for people, but I'm also inspiring people to also learn how to make models. I think because people have seen how quickly and easily I've picked it up, it takes away, because before I got into it, I thought it was like this impossible thing that, and it still kind of is if you go into like the really complex models, but especially like picking up a simple model and learning how to rig it, it doesn't take too much. Like, it's not as scary as it seems. Like I said, I watched one tutorial and a couple of other tutorials for like small things I wanted to learn, and admittedly, like the way you sort files and things does matter. So like, especially when you're learning and you'll make those simple mistakes, it does matter. And sometimes it can be quite hard to figure out when you've made those mistakes and how to solve them. But overall, like the process of making a model can be really simple. Like I said, I did this one in like 2.5 hours, from start to finish. And yeah, I think starting with the simple rigs, like there's not really any shading, they don't need shading, but they have all of the designs in them. They've got different parts that move. I'm currently working on the physics, so I kind of make like every part have like a little bit of jiggle. Although admittedly I don't do the trousers because you don't really see the bottom half of a VTuber model, and I felt with the cloak it would have got a bit too mixed up and confused. So yeah, I left those out. And what you can see is you can see me going between the main menu and then like the physics editor, where you can see it all in action, making sure it looks okay, which is why the model goes crazy. But I have just finished it there, and yeah, it's been good. So this is how the model works. There's a little showcase, and yeah, I hope you will be joining ArtFight. Like I said, I'm still taking part if you want to fight me, or if you want me to fight you, possibly. I do have my ArtFight below, and on my ArtFight there is a hit list specifically for VTubers. I'm not doing just a general hit list, because when it comes to my normal art, I'm just kind of vibing and drawing whatever designs I like. But yeah, hope you have an amazing rest of ArtFight, and yeah, see ya later.